What is rebalancing and why do I care? Hey everyone, it's Sam with Wealthquest, and today we're gonna talk about rebalancing. And I think the best way to understand what it is through an example. So let's imagine someone's been in their working career for say 5 to 10 years. Let's call him John. And John, he has his income, he starts to have some excess cash flow, he starts to save, and eventually he wants to start investing. Well, one of the first things that you should always do is figure out how much risk you want to take. So that's what John does. And really what that means is how much of your portfolio do you want to allocate towards stocks and how much do you want to allocate towards bonds? So John figures out that he wants to put 70% in stocks and 30% in bonds. Traditionally, stocks are that higher risk asset that's a little bit more volatile compared to bonds. It's a little more stable, a little less volatile. So now he's at a 70-30, and imagine he puts cruise control on. He starts to coast. He just sets it and forgets about it for the next 5, 10 years. Let's think of an environment where stocks do really well. That 70% then grows to 80 and then 90%. And that 30% goes to 20 and then 10. Well, now John's taking a lot more risk than he originally wanted to. Let's assume the worst and say that John experiences a correction, and because he's taking more risk than he wants, he moves to cash and sells. That's the worst thing that you can do, and ideally rebalancing prevents that from happening. Here's how it works. So imagine that 90%, it gets to 90-10. What you're doing is you're selling high to get back down to that 70%. You're buying low to get back up to that 30%. And that helps maintain the level of risk that John's comfortable with. And that's why it's so important, because if investors are comfortable with the level of risk that they're taking, they're probably gonna stay invested. And that's one of the most important things that you can do is stay invested. The good news is if you're a client of Wealthquest, you've done a great job. You've already taken care of this. Through your partnership with Wealthquest, this is something that we take care of for you. You don't have to do anything. It's not necessarily something that we do quarterly or monthly. We don't have a set rhythm, but we do it opportunistically, what makes sense for our clients, their specific situation, and what's going on around us. As always, thanks for listening. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions.